You don't have camera access. Can you hear me? What's your name?
My name is Precious. What's your name? Well, I'm sorry, your name is Ashley. I'm sorry. Can you see me? Because I can't see myself.
No, you don't have camera access. I don't think you have 1,000 followers.
Yeah, no, because I'm not that active on social media.
Well, I'll let you just share a piece if you want of your story because we were talking a little bit and I saw you commenting. So you can share. You did say you date millionaires and billionaires. So if you want to just share a piece of that, if you like, you can.
Okay. So, to be honest, it's honestly about how you dress, how you look, how you carry yourself, and the environments you are in. I thought it was odd that you said that it's crazy that like, I'm on here when I do date these types of men, but in reality, me being on lives and stuff
Hold on,
like this
wait,
is
wait, wait,
what.
wait, wait. Hold on, sorry, dog. I would say it's crazy. I wouldn't use those words, but you can
Um,
continue. Hmm.
you said it was odd or I should have other things to do, but being on lives like this and like listening to people and girl talks like this is what led me to being with these men. Um, the places that I go to, the crowds that I'm around, how I dress, how I carry myself. But I will tell you this, I'm not married to any of these men yet. That is a goal, but I'm not married. So until then, I'll continue to date them. I will tell you another thing. A lot of these men who do have a lot of money, they date multiple women and they tell you.
Absolutely. Of course. Because they have the means.
hmm I'm not gonna say because a man has more money, it's easier. Or I think it's harder for them to marry you when they already have money and they have everything going for themselves.
Yeah. So something about you, and when I mean you, I don't mean you specifically, I'm just saying in general, has to be so different than the
hmm
other girls. Because I think everyone, because of social media, knows how to dress, knows how to put the look together,
hmm
but may not have the other pieces that they may be looking for. So I think it goes beyond looks when you start dealing with million and then billionaire men.
I know with me, like I'm 25, I have no children, which I'm not going to necessarily say that matters, but in my case, it does help because when they want to see you or when they're in town, they want to see you when they want to. I know earlier you asked, like, am I living a certain lifestyle alone? I do have a hair business. That's what started me. That's what I made my first six figures from, my hair business. After my hair business, I got into real estate. Yeah, I'm not a millionaire or a billionaire like them, but I'm on that path. And I think that's what they know and that's what they I don't know.
Yeah, but what I mean by that, I'm not necessarily saying that you need to be a millionaire. I'm saying what is your lifestyle because I think there's certain spaces you need to be in to meet those certain type of men, right? And it also depends what type of millionaire or billionaire you're dating. Because there's rappers, then there's tech guys, then there's, suit and tie guys. So it really
Yeah.
depends on what million and
Yeah.
billionaires you're dating. But that's why I asked the question, what is
Yeah.
your lifestyle? Not that you're not making
Yeah.
money or you're not a go-getter, but what do you do? Like, what are you living the lifestyle? Are you in the spaces? Do you frequent the places that these men hang out? That's what I meant by that.
I okay. Um, I'm definitely in the places where they hang out. I do personally, to be completely honest, this is just my preference. I don't prefer to date black men. And I'm a black woman. I feel like other races, white men, Middle Eastern men, they treat you the best. They treat us black women like queens. But I do seem to be attracting a lot of athletes. I think it's because like I'm 5'6", I weigh 165 pounds, and now I feel like my butt is a little bigger, and so I think that's what's attracting like athletes and more black men, but I prefer Middle Eastern and white men.
Yeah, and I think that would be a different look. I think for a billionaire white man. I'm not saying they don't like a bum or curvaceous woman, but typically I think they go for a different type, aesthetically. I'm not saying race, but if we're just talking about
Yeah.
aesthetics. So
Yeah.
that would make sense that you're dating like a football player or a basketball player. That would make sense, yeah, because I think they just like a certain look and a certain aesthetic for sure.
That the athletes have been more recently, but I still do talk like to the Middle Easterns and stuff. I have gained a lot of weight since I got off birth control. It's the difference. I've noticed the difference since I've gained more weight. I'm now going to the gym and losing weight. I'm not big at all. I'm tall. So like me weighing 165, I still have a small figure, but it's a little different. And I will say it's attracting different men. And for the person who keeps commenting down below saying she looks like she's always in a little room or a little house, whatever, ma'am, I live in an apartment that gets paid for every month by a man with a lot of money, and I can be like, what does that mean? Me being in an apartment. I live in an apartment, yes, but I own real estate. I own houses that I bought cash. So you saying that is just letting me know that like you don't have money and you probably never had money because you don't have to live in the biggest house to have money. That's weird. My apartment monthly costs more than a lot of people's mortgages.
I would try just ignore the comments.
Like that's
It's
weird, but and it's sad because like I'm a girl's girl. Like I said, I made my first six figures from hair. I made my first six figures from women. I love women. Like that's my thing. And then you got women like that who want to like make little weird jokes, and it's like, babe, you've never had anything, and it's obvious.
But they say something about everyone, my love. They
Yeah,
say things about me on here, so you can't take it any kind of way. That
yeah.
people are gonna make assumptions. They're gonna say whatever. Let me also ask you this, because you
Hmm.
said you are the man who's paying your rent right
Hmm.
now, right? And
Yes,
he's
yes,
taking care of you. Why
yes,
isn't he an option? Why isn't he one of the options? Like somebody you would take serious is what I'm asking.
yes. I'm gonna be honest.
Mhm.
Like I said before, I don't have no reason to lie. Like it is what it is. These men, they date multiple women. They tell you things. They treat you like a queen when you're with them. And then when you're not with them, they're so busy. Oh my gosh, they gotta go out of town for unexpected trips. They doing this, they're doing that. So I just feel like they're just having their fun. Again, I'm 25. I only date men that's 45 plus. So with that being said, they have a lot of options, especially these athletes are retired Middle Eastern white guys, they're billionaires. The same way they got me throwing their money my way or flaunting their money is the same way they can get all these other women, and they're just having fun right now. Like I prefer my men to have been divorced at least one time because I feel like they already are trained. They know like what to expect from a woman. I don't have to train them or teach them like I want money, I want this, I want that. But of course, you still have to ask for things because if you don't, they're going to take advantage of you. They're going to try to sleep with you, and just even if you don't like sleep with them, like I don't really like going out in public with men, like on dates a lot, because when a man is seen with a pretty woman, um, they get more women or they get like other people in the restaurant. They're like, oh my gosh, look at her, she's so pretty, he must have money. And I
But
do wear.
But how do you date them then, my love? If you're not
Mhm.
going out with them in
Yeah,
public, what are you guys
no,
doing to like date each other?
yeah, no. I one day I don't like doing that before a man is like taking care of me financially or financially providing for me. So when they are spending money, I will. It's more. I will. I'm more likely to go with them in public. But before that, like once I will meet them, like to be honest, a good place to meet rich men is cigar lounges, um and just upscale. Like I don't really go to clubs. I go to like upscale restaurants. Like I'll go at a bar at like Roof Chris. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana, so we have St. Elmo's. Just high end steakhouses, Harry and Izzy's, things like that. And I sit at the bar. I never have a tab. I order whatever I feel like ordering, a Caesar salad, filet, whatever. It always gets picked up by somebody. I feel like my night's going slower than usual. I'll like if the bar is usually occupied a week, I prefer Tuesdays through Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays is not my thing because I feel like it's a younger crowd and a lot of times it's couples. Around 6 o'clock, 7:30 is like when I usually like to be there. But if I do feel like it's a night where people aren't necessarily coming up to me or saying something to me directly, I'll smile. I'll look. I'll make sure I'm not on my phone. Smile, look around, and even hey, because listen, I'm not going to be at a restaurant paying a $200 tab. So if it leads to this, I may be like, oh my gosh, I like your shirt. Like it looks so good. All right, I love your blue shirt. It brings out the color in your eyes. So I mean, it's just
No,
sometimes you gotta work a little harder.
I understand what you're saying. Like the time of days you should go out to maybe meet this rich man.
Mm-hmm.
But something that I did want to ask you, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. You said the guys who normally take care of you, let's say they pay your bills,
Mm-hmm.
you don't date them, you don't go out with them at all. So what are they getting
No,
in
I do.
return?
Uh-huh. I do
What are
go out with them. I just I don't if a guy isn't financially providing for me, I don't want to go out with him. So I can meet a rich man. And this is another thing. Just because a man is rich does not mean he's generous. A man can be rich and be so stingy and hold on to money. So if I meet a man who has a lot of money and is known that he has a lot of money, that's fine. But if you're not spending money on me, if you're not giving me money, then it means nothing to me. It's not beneficial.
I mean, if that's what you want, that's what it is. But I just wanted to ask that again, like, because you said you don't like to go out into public with men who, they see other girls see that he's with a pretty
Yeah.
or beautiful woman, a baddie,
Mhm.
and now he's recruiting more people, kind of thing. So my question was just then, if they're not dating but they're doing things for you, what are they getting? Or they just doing it off the love, off the strength?
Um, it depends on how much they've given to me and how I feel about them personally. If we have a connection, yes, they do get yeah. If if we have a connection and they're taking care of me the way I feel I need to be taken care of, they will get something. Yes. But just because a man is taking care of me does not I don't feel obligated to like do things with men because they give me money. I feel like um I feel like I'm the prize. So a man should be happy regardless of his financial status to be with me and just to have me around. So sometimes the men that I like will get things and but not all of them.
And ultimately, what is it that you want? Like, let's
Yeah.
say I know you're 25 right now. Let's say in 3 years or 2 years from now, or even now, we don't even have to wait. Do you want a serious relationship, or are you fine with things how they are right now? What is it that you want as a young woman?
So my goal, honestly, I do want to be married. I want to marry a man. My mom, she was a single parent. She had 4 children by 4 different fathers. Um, I don't want to be like her. Um, so again, I have no children right now. I'm 25. I do want to get married. Um, but I want to marry a high class man or a man who has a lot of money. I want to be a rich wife. I'll be honest. I don't want to work anymore. I've already done things like I've already made 6 figures in a few months from hair. I have real estate. I own a house. Naptown. Okay, there. Let me stop looking at the comments.
Yeah,
This
so
confuses me. But I've already done a lot by myself. I want a man who can lead and protect and provide for me to take care of me and my family. I want to live a luxury lifestyle with a man. But especially once you've done and gotten things by yourself and made money by yourself, it's harder. Dating is harder because you have men who try like they're this side or this person, but in reality they're not. They just want to come ride your wave. And then you do have the men who have money and they can give you money and do things, but a lot of times they have a lot of women that they're doing things for. They're giving a lot of women 20,000 a month for their bills and whatever they need it for. So it's tricky.
I think when you have money, when you start making six figures, when you drive the G Wagons, when you live in a penthouse, and like you say, you do real estate, it's
Yes.
easier to see who has money because you have it, you live in it, it's your day to
Yeah.
day. So it's easier to wean those people out. So
Hmm.
you should be able to tell who's a faker, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
As far Yeah, as far as the rich men go, I think if you are in real estate, why not go to real estate conventions if you want to get someone more serious? Why not date a different type of man? Not go a different route is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't necessarily like the hot men with money. Again, I like older men, like 45 plus. And I would prefer them not to be black. As far as real estate, so I'm not a real estate agent. I just invest in real estate. So I got a house, flip it, and I also invest in a couple other houses that have been flipped. I'm not an agent or anything. Conventions, real estate conventions, that's probably something that I need to look into and get around and start going those places. But again, I've never done that. But I will say from being on lives like this, and especially to Miss Sprinkle, listen to her and her advice, that is what got me to dating these millionaires and these billionaires, going to those places, having myself look a certain type of way. I'm gonna be honest, I used to love long nails, super long nails. Now I wear short French tips. Um, I love makeup. I will sit and do my makeup for hours. It calms me down. It's like therapy to me. But you don't like, I don't do like the long eyelashes and stuff, and I love the blush and contour, but like, I'll be honest, like the more natural looks, the stuff when you can have on a full face of makeup, but you don't have to look like a drag queen. I feel like that attracts them. Also, when I dress, I'm not gonna lie, I'm 25, so sometimes I will show a lot, but other times, most of the time, I may have like a little cleavage out at the top, but like my whole bottom will be covered, and I'll probably wear like a red bottom heel or a designer sneaker and a nice purse. So it's just, I don't know.
I get it. I get it's like the Lululemon aesthetic kind of girl. I get what you're saying.
Mhm.
And I think that kind of aesthetic with short nails, no makeup, a sew-in versus a wig. I get it. That they still, you can't be as curvy. You can't do too much. Why not just put yourself around those type of men? Those type of men, I think, are ready to get married. They're ready to be married. The men who like that aesthetic are ready to get married.
Some of them, not all of them. I feel like I meet a lot of men with money and I date them, but I don't necessarily think it lasts long. Again, if I was married to a billionaire, I probably wouldn't. I know for a fact I wouldn't be on this live right now because I would be in bed with my man and he'll be like, "Why are you on a live talking about how to get men?" But I'm not there yet. So if I was there, I mean, I wouldn't be on here, but I date men with money. I'm not going to necessarily say that it lasts as long as I want to, or I feel like they're just not consistent, but they will, like, you can talk to them and stuff like that. But I have like multiple different guys to like talk to and hang out on my roster. Again, I'm not a millionaire. Yesterday I was at the casino with a billionaire who owns a whole bunch of restaurant franchises, and he has some stuff to do with gasoline, like gas stations and stuff. And we went to the casino and he was literally just throwing thousands of dollars away, thousands, just throwing it away. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, it was nice, but at the same time I felt like I could do a lot with that money. Like, that could be money that I use to finish this flip, or that could be money, just whatever. But I don't know.
So it sounds like you guys even have conversations when you're around him, or is it more, I want you to be seen and not heard kind of energy?
No, I feel like when men are with me, they kind of want me to, like, one thing that I will say with, okay, I feel like when we were at the casino yesterday, I kind of feel like he wanted me to like give a show, like he wanted everybody to see that he was with me. And that's kind of not my vibe no more. Like when I was like 21, yeah, I was more like, oh my gosh, everybody look at me. But now since I've, got things on my own, I don't want all eyes to be on me. I kind of want to be low key. Again, I don't want to work hard. I don't want to do hair anymore. And a lot of people in my family and stuff, because they don't live the same lifestyle I do, they look at me like, oh, you're being ungrateful, or oh, your problems aren't real. People go through real things, but I don't want to do hair. I feel like it's too much work. I literally want to be a rich man's wife. I want to sit around and be taken care of. And if I want to go do somebody's makeup, or hair, I'll do that, but I don't want to feel like I need to do this because I really want the money. I don't want to feel like I need to do this real estate. I want to be taken care of. I feel like I deserve that.
I was gonna say the ultimate goal, I think what Shara is teaching the girls is to get a ring from a billionaire or a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
So if you already in the space, if you got the billionaire's number, now you should be asking yourself, what am I doing? What do I have to do to get the ring? I don't wear a lot of makeup. My nails are short. I make my own money. I do my own things. I know the recipe. So
Yeah.
why am I not getting a ring? That should be the next thing on the list for you. Why am I with these men and they don't want to commit and make me their wives? Why
Right.
am I only just a trophy to them? Why
Yeah.
am I just someone they want to spend the day with and that's it? They're
Yeah.
moving on. So that should be the mindset
Mm-hmm.
next, because it sounds like you have everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
it's
then,
the part of how to get the ring. Go ahead.
yes, and that's what I'm focused on. I just feel like, and I'm gonna be honest. This is gonna be what a lot of people don't want to hear. Some of them already have somebody with a ring. Some of them are married.
Yeah. I was gonna say that.
So
Yeah. A billionaire is already married. I would assume he's already married.
not all of them are, especially this is the thing about the Middle Eastern men. I feel like like they have wives in different countries. I don't know, but at the same time, I don't really see, like with those men, I don't really see them with rings on their fingers. There's a athlete who was African American, or that I was dating, and he most definitely was married. Most definitely. I definitely want to get a ring. That's my goal. That's literally, I'm like, I still go to these bars, even though I have these contacts. I know if I want some money or whatever, I want to hang out. It's easy to hang out with them, but I want to be married. I don't want to have to keep going to bars. I don't want to have to keep, getting dressed up, sitting at the bar, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to find today? It's like fishing or something. I don't want to do that. I just want to be happy and rich from my
But
husband.
from the outside looking in, I can just hear you. I don't see you. But
Hmm.
if I didn't know you and I'm just listening to what you're telling me, I think you have the look down pack. I think you learned how to hustle. You know how to hustle, you know how to make money. You know how to get yourself into the room. But the one thing I think you need to work on is how to be more cultured and well-rounded. So if that means learning about art, reading more books, learning about different countries, and
Uh-huh.
taking that edge off a little bit. Like I come from Harlem, but you know how you have to know how to turn it on and turn it off when you're around a certain group of people. If you're picking up what I'm
Yeah.
putting down right now,
Yes.
yeah. So becoming more refined
Okay.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
I also want to work with men who have a lot of money. They kind of like have ego problems, or they want to feel like they're that man. So I personally feel like I want to work on my speaking, because I kind of like to be seen and not really heard, or I don't like to do a lot. But I do want to work on my speaking. I want to start saying big words. I know, like, even some people be like, "Oh, you say like a lot and you say a lot. Like, you sound like a dingy white girl." That's what they say to me. Well, that's what women say to me, not men. The men, I think the men like that, but the women say like, "Oh, you say like a million times when you talk." So I do want to work on my speaking. I want to say bigger words and speak better. But honestly, when people say stuff like that to me, I don't really take it like that bad, because I'm like, listen, you got a college degree, you probably PhD, whatever, and you can speak really good, you can say real big words, but you're still single and you're dating Dusties, getting cheated on. I've never stepped foot in a college, but babe, these men are taking care of me.
We all have room for growth, so you shouldn't get offended. But what everyone, it's just like, and yes, you could date the millionaires and billionaires, right?
Mhm.
But you want to get the ring, is what I'm
Yes,
saying.
ma'am.
So if we just have to, if we just got to grow a little bit there, we all have room for growth.
Hmm.
But if that's gonna get you the ring, if that means doing a little bit more of this and a little less of that, when you're around these men, then that's what you do, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
I
But
think
it's
that.
no shade at all. And I want to commend you for coming up here and sharing your story
Mhm.
because it takes a lot of courage, you know?
Thank
I
you.
understand. It takes a lot. Yeah,
Thank you. I
absolutely.
think that mostly, if I was to give anybody advice just to like how to get out there, I think what men mostly look for, to be completely honest, the first thing they look for is looks. The presentation, you have to look, not because men are attracted to looks. They don't really care about how smart you were or how much money you have because they have their own money, but they want you to look, they don't want you to look like a bum or look like you can't buy anything yourself, but looks. And also just learning how to like be submissive and let them lead, especially that's what I think when it comes to just my experience. No, they want you to look pretty and they want you to like just, I don't know, like let them lead. If they let them feel like they're in control, and I'll let a man feel like he's in control, and I'll listen to him as long as he's paying these bills and as long as I'm able to shop. But I'm gonna
She
still
said,
do what
I am
I want.
not going back to struggle. Okay. She said, I'm not going
Absolutely
back
not.
to it. That's what I'm hearing. She's like, no, 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 no.
It was nice talking to you, and thank you. Yeah, the next the my goals are definitely to get the ring, because marriage is the quickest wealth transfer for women. If anybody on here doesn't know, but the next step is definitely the ring. I don't know how to get it, but I'm gonna have it soon from somebody, from somebody's rich son, our dad, our
I,
grandpa.
she said,
Yeah.
granddad or grandpa.
Yes.
All right, Beauty, please come back and keep me updated, okay?
Okay. Have a good night.
You too, darling. Bye bye. You guys have an open mind. There's something to learn or something to be taught with everyone who comes up. That's how I see it. But I will say to all the women and all the men who do come up here, just be open to suggestions. It doesn't mean we're trying to come for you or anything like that. Just be open to suggestions because sometimes people can see from the outside what you can't see because you're in it. Okay.
How you
All
doing?
right. I'm good. How are you?
Chilling, chilling. What we talking about today?
Well, this is an advice show in dating. Are you looking for the love of your life?
Honestly, well, currently right now, I'm 35, but I'm not really looking for anybody right now because it's not really serious outside right now. You know what I'm
What do you
saying
mean?
to you? Meaning like a lot of people's just into relationships, just to mess around with people's emotions and you know what I'm saying, and just dip out, get what they want out of it and just go about their business. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, so it's like a lot of people's not being for real. You know what I'm saying to you? Like right now, currently. So, I'm just outside. That's it. I'm
What
just
about
outside.
what city are you in, dear?
Right now I'm currently visiting Atlanta, but I'm from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so
from
what
Brooklyn.
about the good church girls, wholesome girls who go to church, go home, don't have social media,
I'm
you
not
know, wear
I'm not
long
saying I'm
dresses?
not saying
What
that
about those women?
I'm not saying that love is not outside, but it's like a game of good cop, bad cop. You see more bad cops outside than good cops. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see a lot of women outside, bad women outside, or Jezebels as they would say, than the good women. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's different outside right now. You feel me?
But that's what I'm saying. There are Jezebels, but there are wholesome women. Wholesome, godly women. So what about those godly women in New York City who go to Central Park and carry books and
I
don't use
mean,
foul
I mean,
language?
I mean, we could try to paint a picture, as if like I said, it's a lot of bad women outside or men outside compared to the good people that's outside. You know what I'm saying to you? Because if love was really outside, a lot of people would be happy. A lot of people would be walking around with their head held high and feeling good, and babies wouldn't be born out of wedlock. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, this is stuff that's popular, where we come from. You know what I'm saying to you? So we do better. But we're not trying to be in that position. Nobody's putting out that message, through the music, in the neighborhoods that we live in, especially in the hood, as they would say. We don't spread that message. Like, we promote to be foul, to say, F this chick and F this nigga. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, this is just where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, what I would say is focus on self-awareness, Focus on self-love. Focus on building yourself. I was 300 pounds. I got to 171 pounds just by working on myself. So my mindset is a little different than, you get what I'm saying to you, than, most that's just out there and not, and just ready to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, I don't want to be hurt. I want to be prepared. I know if I love myself enough, I'm not going to let anybody run over me.
Now that you have lost a lot of weight and you're saying that you're getting yourself together mentally and physically, what are things that you look for now that you may have not looked for when you were, I guess, larger or plus size?
Say that again?
What are you looking for in a relationship now that you're smaller
Yeah.
and you're more mentally, physically equipped? What has changed for you?
If love comes my way and it's the right person and it's a vibe and it's genuine, energy is just right, then, we at where we at. You feel me? Whether you big, you small, you know what I'm saying? Just love yourself enough to where you can take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you're not so dependent on the person as far as for love, as far as, you know what I'm saying to you, like for stuff like that. Like, do what you need to do for yourself, and then, love will come knocking on your door and you'll know if it's the right person or not. But if you're unsure of yourself, somebody comes to play games with you, you won't know, you know what I'm saying? You're going to feel like I have to stay attached to this person because this person has this certain quality or this thing to them. When you have this quality or this thing to yourself that you're probably not even aware of, I don't know. I'm just saying that's just where my angle is at with it. You feel me? Like,
In this question, they say, when you're in a serious relationship, are you a 50-50 kind of guy or full provider kind of man? Just in case a woman here is interested. Not saying you're
I'll be honest, and in that situation, right? When I feel like if I'm with a lady and she has my kids and stuff like that, it's like I'm gonna take care of the rent. But as far as like, utilities and little stuff like that or whatever, like, you can handle that part. I'm just being honest. You feel me? Like my mom always says to me, it's a union, it's a bond. And my mom is a strong woman. She gets busy. You feel me? So for me to hear other women out there, talk and try to be weak, it just doesn't work out for me. I got 2 daughters myself, and I want them to grow up to be able to handle themselves. You know what I'm saying? And if they're gonna ask any man, come ask your dad, because that's what I'm here for. You get what I'm saying to you? So
with their dad, it's up. You're not gonna, allow your daughters to date anyone.
I
That
also don't
man
want
and
my
next in line would have to pick up the responsibility of. I'm sure you did hair and nails for them. Make sure they did their hobbies. Make sure they traveled. Make sure they went to concerts and museums, and you provided in that way. So if you set the tone for them and that standard for them, then no man can come into their life and not do the things for them.
I mean,
Correct?
to be honest with you, like I said, you got a lot of chicks out here. They're asking for stuff that I feel like their dad should have been able to, handle for them in the beginning. You feel me? As far as financially making sure they're straight. You have, 18 years or however amount of years to get. I want my daughters to get in a house. I want them. I'm gonna get them their first property. I have a son as well. You feel me? It's like I'm setting up for those plays so they don't have to, worry about, asking anybody for anything. I want them to be business women. You feel me? So they could handle their business and not have to ask anybody for anything. And there's a lot of young 20-year-olds outside that get busy and do what they need to do.
I think that was the point I was trying to make. What about the dads who are in their daughter's life and have created that standard, who have done all the things for their daughter? They will expect the next man to do it for them.
I mean, yeah, of course. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like if I got somebody that can match my energy or better, so be it. You feel me? I'll be happy. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not gonna let my daughter, suffer outside and with all these dudes that's playing games. Cause, like I was one of these dudes that was outside playing games as well. You feel me? So I'm not gonna let my daughter go out there and get trapped by stuff like that and then end up getting pregnant by one of these dudes and then, separate. You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta be old grandpa taking care of these kids. You feel me? Like I want my kids to grow up in a union, to have something that's dope, something that most of us has never had. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, period.
So, and I assume if they're gonna be in a relationship with a man, for them to go to the next level and have something you don't have, they have to be with a solid man who can provide, who can do all the things, who's educated,
Of
who's
course.
cultured, who's well-rounded.
Of
So
course.
that would be a requirement, actually. You don't
I
want
mean,
them to
I'm not taking away from that. Somebody could come in and handle their business. Handle your business. She loves you, she loves you. He loves you, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know? But as far as if they coming to me saying, you know, hey, this can't be handled, that can't be, I'm gonna handle it, but I'm also gonna tell you that this person ain't it.
Okay. And is
If
there a
I got
reason
if I
why
gotta
are you
step in,
right? I don't know if I think you said you were single, but is there a reason why you're not with their mom anymore? Like why that didn't work?
it was my high school sweetheart. We was together for 15 years. I could admit that I fucked up, you know what I'm saying, when it came to her. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I messed up. I was young, dumb, and just doing a whole lot of whack shit. And you know that it just, you know, that's just what it is. You feel me? Like, that's just what it is.
Well, thank you for coming up and sharing.